meeting me, I've been thinking a bit. I'm thinking about going ahead and starting my own business, but I've got absolutely no idea where to begin. And I know that you've only just started. I can't remember what your business is again.
So we're Multipie and we make apps. So we make bespoke apps for clients. We made some of our own apps as well.
Because I thought you came from a different background.
Yes, so I did theatre design at university, which is a little bit different to the all practical stuff.
So how did that work out? I don't understand.
So Steve, who's my husband and business partner, he taught himself to program, and then he wanted some designs to go with it, so I did some of that for him. Yeah, I did one module in Photoshop at university.
When did you suddenly become a business doing apps?
So we decided to launch properly after our first game, Spectrum Puzzles, had been out on the market for a little while. We launched onto the Amazon App Store just kind of to see what would happen.
Yeah.
And it didn't sort of get anything for a little while, and then about 6 months later it was picked up and featured as their 3 app of the day, and it got a lot of downloads on one day. That's when we suddenly thought, okay, maybe we could turn this into something. And it was sort of from there that we changed our minds and sort of started thinking maybe this is something we could actually do as a business. We had a mentor who helped us to come up with sort of our business plan, and we also had some one-to-one sessions with accountants and sort of finance people to kind of help us on the road to the other side of the business, which is the practical.
And so the mentor, did he know what your business was? Was he a specialised person?
He actually wasn't a specialist in our area, but
Yeah.
he had started his own business from scratch. I think he'd done a couple of businesses from scratch. He knew sort of the first sort of pitfalls that and challenges that we're going to come up against. So he was able to kind of guide us through our first year and a half.
You know, my idea is, I think, you know, I'm going to need space, I'm going to need storage, you know, and all of that sort of stuff.
Well, if you could find somewhere that will give you maybe virtual tenancy where you can register your company, have your address there.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Virtual tenancy.
Virtual tenancy,
Oh,
yeah, that's
great.
what ours is
Yeah.
called. So there's sort of hot desks where we can go and work.
Yeah.
And they'll have a company address for us there, and some of them I'm sure they provide things like sort of storage facilities and places you can leave your stuff. Actually, I've got a friend called Jo. I think she's been in a very similar position to you. She's also started up quite recently. She does photography and all sorts of things. Would it be helpful maybe if I gave her a ring? You could get in touch with her.
Oh, brilliant.
It's really nice to meet you.
Oh yeah, and you. Yeah.
See you next Tuesday maybe.
Hi, yes, that'd be great. I look forward to meeting her. Oh. Hello. Come on up. Come on in, Angela. Pull up a chair.
Are you Jo?
I am. Hello. Good to meet you.
Annie told me about you.
That's right.
I don't really know anything about you or your business, sorry.
That's okay. That's great that Annie sent you. I am a photographer and an artist, and I combine all of my skills into one business called Jo Welch Creative.
Ah, okay. So multi-talented then. Right, okay. So how did you get started? Because I don't know where to begin.
Okay. The first thing that happened was that I had a very strong passion for my creative process.
Ah, yes, passion, yeah.
And I already had a background of selling my glass and a very strong love of photography, and I decided to turn that into a business when I was made redundant.
Right, okay.
So I thought half of my business time would be designing my glass and painting my glass and taking commissions from customers and fulfilling orders, and that half of my time would be taking photographs.
Okay.
Actually, what's happened is that I'm spending 3/4 of my time taking photographs and struggling to find time to do the glass painting. So the business plan might say, okay, that week you're going to spend 50% of your time working on glass and 50% working on photography and marketing the photography, and actually people are phoning up wanting business portraiture and the glass painting's getting pushed to one side. So that's how a business plan can change. It changes according to what the demand is on my skills. So when you get that wave of passion,
Yeah.
and you've got your ideas flowing, you've got your notebook, whether you're on a bus, in a taxi, on a train, in the park. you're making notes.
All right, so I've got my journal. I've already got my journal. What's the next
That's
step?
cool. Okay. The next thing you might want to do is think about how you actually create a business. So there is an organisation in Nottingham called Nottingham Business Venture, because it's not just about your passion. It's about those things that you're not going to like as well, like accounts.
Yes, yes.
And saving all your receipts.
Yes.
And marketing yourself.
Yes.
And the impact of that on your self-esteem. Okay. So if you have issues around self-esteem,
Yeah.
if you struggle with your confidence, then the aspect of marketing might be difficult for you.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
might be a bit lonely in the beginning. I can imagine setting up and
Yeah.
starting.
Yeah.
What did you do about that?
Okay. In terms of feeling lonely, talking about the workshop that Nottingham Business Venture offers, the day workshop, that's a really great place to go and meet at least a dozen other people with ideas about setting up a business. Now, the thing about the day workshop is that you'll meet people from a mixture of different backgrounds. They'll have different ideas. So you might have in that group 4 people who want to set up a creative business,
Yeah.
but two people who want to set up as an accountant or an administration business or something in a completely different sector. It's a very, very different lifestyle. Self-employment is very different, especially when you haven't got people working for you or with you.